Bonjour, Kinamagin in Ireland, Indigenous, and welcome to the walls of the Library of Congress, or at least my background is, for this week 34 overview and announcements. We'll begin on the stream page, as we often do. Just a reminder, the easiest way for students to contact me is to log into their Google Classroom and click on this link. They also have access to my Google Voice number. If calling or texting, even as a parent, make sure you leave your name and who you are the parent or guardian of so that I know who I'm responding to. If you don't give me that information, there's not much I can say. You'll see that we have posted the May breakfast and lunch menus. Those will go into effect on Monday. This week's newsletter, which your students brought home today, which I'm recording on a Thursday night. They do have access to it, and I will be discussing that in a moment. And you can see last week's learning plan, and the new one will be up there soon. Just as a reminder for students that are interested, if they go to our 5th grade Padlet, they can click right here on the Learn from Home. And using the Learn from Home, they have access to a lot of the content that we are using within the classroom. Students are pretty familiar with this one. They love sites like Duolingo. Also want to highlight the presence of the Ojibwe People's Dictionary, where you can search in English and get the Anishinaabe word for what you're looking for. So let's look at the newsletter for this week. There's a field trip coming up on Tuesday. Students have received, well, multiple copies now of the permission slip. This is not a passive permission slip. It must be filled out and returned for the student to be able to attend. There are multiple sections on it, but the key ones that must be filled in are participant information and waiver of liability. And if you're willing to let them post pictures, the photographic release form. If your student has not given you a copy, please email me on Friday at mireland@psychchip.org, and I will send another copy home on Friday. And one of the reasons we're recording on a Friday night, Thursday night, not a Friday morning, is Popcorn Friday resumes tomorrow after 2 years of not smelling the delicious aroma of popcorn every Friday. It is returning. Bags of popcorn are going to be 50 cents each, and a student may purchase up to 4 bags. Another in our series of student tips. We're getting to that point of the year where some students are excited about spring and the end of the school year, and others may be experiencing anxiety as they're going to be transferring schools and meeting new friends. Encourage your students to discuss their feelings with their adults, whether it be our staff here at the school or especially with you at home. And another reminder that the masking policy changed as of April 18th. Students are no longer required to wear a mask while at SCA, although some students do choose to. And if that's the decision for your family, that is encouraged. Students that are not feeling well are also encouraged to maybe consider wearing a mask on that day. Neebing registration is now open. For information, you can contact the number here or D. Smith, that's Deb Smith, in the K-12 program. Looking at what we're learning, we're working on geometry and math. We're now working on a variety of skills in English, trying to get in reading. So we give students those opportunities to show what they know before we get to the report card season. Social studies, we're looking at the Articles of Confederation and the drafting of the Constitution. And science, we're looking at the study of chemical reactions. Electronics must be turned in or at the beginning of each school day to the front office. Any electronics found within the classroom will be confiscated and taken up there for parent or guardian pickup. Students who drop theirs off willingly at the beginning of the day, they'll pick theirs up at the very end. We have some new Anishinaabe words here for you. And now let's look at the week 34 learning plan. In reading, we're looking at group discussions and being able to be engaged in a conversation that you prepared for. We'll be allowing the students to prepare during the class time versus trying to do research at home. We'll be looking at inferences on Tuesday and Wednesday and main ideas on Thursday and Friday. Writing, we're working on writing our opinion piece or persuasive essay. Math, we're continuing on the unit of geometry. We're in mystery 4 and chemical magic for science. In social studies, we continue on. You'll see also on Friday, we're going to do some junior achievement. That'll be led by me. A couple quizzes in math, and then looking at a set review of decimals in the midweek. Technology is pretty straightforward. You'll notice that when we get to the web period, that we have the field trip on Tuesday. It's likely to have a Friday trip in here. We'll use our time accordingly. We have the science spiral. That's where the students have an opportunity to earn a 3 on something they didn't earn a 3 on earlier in the year. Students have earned a 3 on any particular skill at any point in the year will not take that assessment. And we're going to begin our wrap up and our mini quizzes on citizenship. The goal is for students to score 60 out of 100. Words Their Way continues for a few more weeks yet. And some students may change levels once we do our assessments here for spelling inventory, either late in the week or probably more likely at the beginning of the next week. More information will come up on testing in next week's episode, but I'm leaning towards NWEA to come probably near the end of that next week after this in week 35 or at the beginning of week 36. So don't forget Popcorn Friday tomorrow. Hope everyone has a great last night of the school week and a great and relaxing weekend. Maybe we'll finally get the weather to break. But for now, I want to wish everyone Minogijagad, Minwa, Pamapi.